Hey, what's going on? Zach Hatz here. In today's video, we're taking a look at Rick Grimes from Series 1 of the Walking Dead line. Now, this is an older Minimate. I got a request to do this video, so I was happy to oblige. It did take me a little while to find all of the pieces as I split my arms, my legs, my guns, my hats, everything. Just different parts been, so it took me a little while to find everything for this guy. I wasn't able to find his bandaged hand. I don't think that's it because there are pegs. It's not a smooth peg where they have the newer ridges so that it stays tighter in the wrist. But for the most part, it's a complete figure. I don't remember why he even has the bandage. I think he cuts it on something. It's been so long since I read the early books, but if you know and you want to share with me, please feel free to comment below. But just looking at the figure, you know, he's really neat. If you know anything about the character, former police officer, falls in a coma, wakes up from a coma, to the zombie apocalypse, doesn't know where his family is. It's a good read. It's really, really cool. So to take a closer look at the figure, he has a police coat and police hat and this duffel bag, which is really cool. That was made for this Minimate. And I'm trying to remember if they've used it since. I don't think so. But it is really neat. It's kind of hard to get him to have it on his back like that. But I got it on there by closing his arm tightly against it. So, where do we start? Okay, so taking off the bag and show you it real quick. It's some sort of duffel bag. It's got some sculpted on pockets on each side, which look really nice. And then it comes with this rifle and shotgun. So we've seen this rifle before. It fits in the hand behind this part right here. And then the shotgun fits in the hand. So pretty cool. And then you can see, maybe you can get 3 rifles in there. It's not the biggest of openings, but you can still get several guns in there, so that's cool. And then if you wanted to, you could also have them hold in the bag any which way. It's cool. And then you can put it on his arms like this. I mean, whatever you want to do. It is not very pliable, so it's a pretty solid piece. You can move it a little bit, but I wouldn't, just so you don't get any wear, so it doesn't eventually break. But overall, that's a cool piece. You know, he does have a moment in the comic books. Since he's an officer, he notices that, you know, something's terribly wrong, so he goes to the precinct and he cleans out all the guns and takes them with him. So alright, so he also comes with this revolver, which fits really well in his, we'll use this top half of his body for a second, holster. So he's got 2 pouches there. It's cool. Some detailing from his belt and studs on there. Belt buckle with some more pouches. It has this hoop for his hatchet, which is really cool. Lay that down here. And then he has a revolver, because he has one in the show. In the comic book, he uses just a standard gun. So that was interesting. You know, this is a comic book line, but they did the TV show's gun, which isn't that big of a deal because we have multiple guns as Minimate collectors, so we could swap it out really simply. But for completion's sake, that's what he has. So throwing his top half of his body back on there and throwing his hand. Alright, so looking at his jacket, it's got this sculpted on fur that looks really nice. His badge is painted really nice. This, I don't know if that's like showing his rank or something, or up here on the gold, and I think that's just some paint smear. We got the emblem, logos, badges, whatever on his arms, look good. And his hair is sculpted onto the bottom of the hat, which is very big. Maybe just a little too big, but I think it looks good. So you can He does come with an alternate look, and to achieve that, take off his hat, and then his hair. Okay, and you can take off his coat. Comes off real simply. Make his head. Alright, then let's lose the arms. And then he comes with these extra arms. So you see a lot of panels in the comic book without the coat, as you know, I haven't put these on in a couple of years, so they're really tight. Excuse me. I'll tell you, in The Walking Dead, takes place in Georgia, just like the TV show, and it can get cold down there, so obviously you'd need to have a coat. So, you know, it's cool. The first series had Dale in it, and he had a variant where he had a winter coat, so I thought this was cool. You know, they could have did 2 separate figures, you know, one like this, and then one with a coat, but instead they just made one super figure, you know, with a ton to offer. So there have been multiple Ricks in this line. I definitely think that this one is the best. So you see, now that we have his coat off, the detailing on the shirt, he has that white undershirt that you see all the time on Rick. I mean, I don't know anybody, maybe me, who wears just regular white shirts just every day. But yeah, that's really cool. And then the Grimes on there looks really neat. You know, this badge. And then I'm setting up the comparison right now. Here's I'm Sharon hair. So, and look at that, it didn't fall too far. So, give Rick his hat back. And then this is the exclusive, dropping everything. This is the exclusive Rick that came with the Vacation Zombie before this Rick that you see pictured came out. And you can see his dirty shirt on underneath, and he has a different expression, which was good. And I won't talk about this if you don't know anything about that. That's where it's different than the show and more interesting, in my opinion. But then we also have, because there's so many Ricks, you have this winter Rick. So he has the same coat I wanted to show. So if you can't find this Rick, this is basically the same coat with this patch right here peeling off a little bit. And then again, I won't talk about his hand. But overall, yeah, just a really quality Minimate, super solid. Probably my favorite of the line, except for maybe Carl, just because he's my favorite character. And yeah, I mean, if you can find this guy, definitely pick him up. He should be available. He was not double packed, but he was released in 2 different sets at Toys R Us and local comic series, so he should still be out there. It's not a Glenn or Shane situation, I don't believe, which even those are becoming less rare over time. But yeah, very, very cool Minimate. If you're a fan of the show at all, I think there's enough Andrew Lincoln there maybe to say, hey, you know, here's my Rick on display. So, all right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.